Alright guys, we're back here with Borealis. Okay, so we split out some kindling, we got the wood stove lit, had a little chat about the storm that just passed us, and yeah, so we're on a relatively productive day for videoing. Nothing exciting going on. So the fellow that I'm having make sheaths for my knives is almost done the two for my Red Scorpion 6 blades WSKs. I have Predator and the Raven. So once I get the Predator back, we'll do a review or a video on both of those. So yeah. This is a sheet that he did for my tops. I added some bungee just so that when I'm wearing it scout style on a heavy belt, that it doesn't cut the strap. So, back on there, and that's literally just some paracord or shock cord off an old tack vest magazine pouch that I shit hawked. Put it on there. Same thing with the bungee for fire steel. But yeah, so let's just get most of these bad boys out. So as you can see, they are very, very similar in design. Okay. They both have saw type backs of different styles. They both work relatively well for notching. The tracker is basically a full pound. The Red Scorpion 6 is probably a little over. It's not quite a pound. It's like 800 to 900 grams, whatever. But as you can see, the geometry difference. I wish I had an actual factory T1 to compare to. I don't know if anybody that actually has one. If Marway ever brings a T1 in, I'll do a video maybe in store comparing my T1 to an original. But there's lots of videos on YouTube, but you can see how well different pronounced the quarter rounder is. So yeah, quite a bit. And on the factory tracker, it's almost non-existent, which is not my flavor. I like the original Beck design style. It stays in the cut longer without slipping out. Heat treat on the Raven's really good. So is it on the Tom Brown. They both hold edges quite well. Balance on both the blades is basically right at the midpoint. So they are fairly well balanced knives. So when you choke up on them, they feel rather light in the hand. A little fucking ninja shit here. Whoa! Anyway, but for choking up, doing feathering or doing notching, they work quite well. So I am thought I heard somebody. Minor. Anyway, I'm gonna do a video on notching and doing some carving with them at a slightly later date. Don't really have much of the time today to do that. But yeah, so put away the tops first. And with any knife, you want to keep keep them sharp. So now, because we're out here, and this is what I carried in on my belt. It's an Ontario Mark II fighting knife, combat utility knife. We'll just compare that to the tracker style. Blade length, basically the same. Okay. Right. Obviously, two completely different animals. Now, can you accomplish the same type of tasks? Yeah, if you take the time to learn your tools, you can pretty much accomplish whatever you need to in the woods or in an emergency. Would I hesitate to take this out in the woods? Not at all. Not at all. It's a good knife. It's well made. The steel quality is there. Right? So I mean, it was designed as a combat utility knife for the military. Right? Ooh, cooking my leg here a little bit. Are there better choices? Maybe. You know, there's lots of knives that have been designed for the military and Air Force that, you know, one of these days I'll grab an original Air Force pilot survival knife and do a review compared to this on that. So, or not really a review. I hate that term. Fuck, I hate that term. I don't even know why I bother using it. Probably because everybody else is, oh, here's a knife review. Great. Sweet. No, we're just going to use some shit and tell you about it. Yeah. So, will this skin and process game? Sure. For sure. Totally. Will this skin and process game? 100%. This is what it was designed to do. It just does it differently. Am I going to be able to skin a squirrel with this? Yes. Is it going to be pretty? No. Will this tip do a much better job of that? For sure it will. Right? So, it's all in what you take, right? It's just a matter of getting used to your tools that you have. So I mean, if you can't afford, you know, a WSK, I've been trying to find one of the cheaper ones on Amazon or whatever, the knockoffs. Call it knockoff, they're not knockoffs, it's just a design. And do a review on that. I did one on the M-Tech tactical tracker, right, whatever. And I still was able to accomplish what I needed to do in the woods at that time. So it's about utilizing your tools to affect your survival or subsistence, right? You know, this lives pretty much in my go bag now, my urban go bag, or get home bag, which is completely different, not completely different from my actual bug-out bag. But my needs are probably different than yours. So, that being said, you know, I don't own any Safe Queens. Every knife that I get, I take out and use. Some of them I use whatever. Some of them I'll do videos on, just because I think it might be interesting. Hope you guys find it interesting, whatever. But, you know, the stacked leather washer handle, it's comfortable. It doesn't provide any hot spots, you know. The round pommel gives you enough grip at the base of it that you can frickin' do some quick snap cuts or delimbing for delimbing small saplings or something, you know, for building a shelter or wickie up or whatever you need to do. You can choke up on it doesn't really impede anything. You know, you can use chest lever grip if you gotta hog off some major wood. You know, give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Screw it, there's no time like the present. So just grab something not very big, quick hack job. So you deal in with it? Sure, why not? Alright, just knocks them off like nothing, no big deal. Can you do pressure cuts with it? Things 1 stick into 2 sticks. Can you do the chest lever grip with it? Sure. Looks like it works fine to me. Can you notch with it? Fine carving. Does it carve as good as some of my other knives? Not really. In case you're wondering, my favorite carving knife is actually a Mora. That Scandi grind in the Mora is just, you know, I don't know, you just can't beat it. Second favorite is my Bravo 1 for actual bushcraft, right? And yes, it's Borealis bushcraft, right? But I mean, we teach a combination of skill sets. So there's a simple number 7 notch, right? I burned my baton, but you know, could we make other notches? Sure. Pot hanging notch, pot hook notch, sure, whatever. Not a big deal. Not the end of the world, right? Does it shave sticks? For debarking? Yep. It'll do that. It'll do that just fine. Alright. We choke up, does it feather? Sure, why not? Feathers just fine. Can you use the pommel to crush stuff? Yep. If you need a friggin', you know, whole walnuts or, you know, whatever you need to do, or mash something up into a paste, right? It'll do that. So, is it a quote-unquote bushcraft knife? Not by the community's standards. Will it work? Yep. Can I fillet fish? Yep, I can gut fish, cook them over the fire, no problem. Choke up on it, carve with it. Right? nice fine tip for doing fine intricate work, skinning and whatnot, right? Digging splinters out of your fingers or whatever. So yeah. Does it chop? Well, I used to snap cut to chop the sapling off, so I'd say it hacks pretty good for a very, very light small blade. Right? Right? The trick, guys, with any of these knives is to know your capabilities and make sure your tools are sharp. Right? Edge holding seems to be decent. You know, nothing that can't be touched up with a strop. So, like I said, the only thing I wish is they didn't sharpen that swedge. My other K-bar, the actual brand K-bar, came brand new in the box. It was never even touched. So, I've played with it a little bit. I'll end up carrying that out in the bush a little bit as well, just so you guys can, you know, see it. Man, my hands are dry from this change in seasons. Boiling water on a wood stove takes time versus a campfire. The stove itself is stoked right up. It's got some oak in there. It's burning really, really well. Like I'm pretty warm right here. I got the door open because it was too hot, and it less lighted. So, but yeah, like I said before, you know, it's not a bushcraft knife per se, but it's light. It's strong enough for what I need to do. It's not the rat tail tang, it's the actual rectangular tang. So this isn't what I would call not. It's full tang, but it's like, I don't even know what fucking term they use anymore. So many goddamn terminologies out there. It's not a rat tail tang. From what I know as a rat tail being tapered all the way to the end from where your bolster goes. To me, that's a rat tail tang. Tapers down to next to nothing, whatever. And incidentally, most Pucos and stuff are rat tail type tangs, right? Some Moors are rat tail type tangs. I've never broken a Moor knife. 30 years of doing this, I have never broken a Moor knife. So, how all these guys on YouTube are destroying these blades is beyond me. Just shitty luck. I watched a video last night and I literally wanted to punch the TV screen because this guy was such a tool. No, I'm sure there's guys that are going to say the same about me, but I really don't care. But he was literally doing a destruction test on a branded K-bar Mark II fighting knife, beating it with a friggin' metal sledgehammer, like not even like the little 2-pound, we're talking like the 5-pound sledge, batoning it through pipe, through wire cable, and you know what? Up until he started trying to cross baton a 4x4 using the hammer as a baton. Oh, Max is all tied up here. Yeah. I'll gotta sort him out shortly here, but anyway, the slight rant. Up until that point, and he was trying to pry sections out of it. He was started really, really wide on the thing, and he was trying to pry sections out. He broke the knife literally in the spine, right about there, where he was beating on it with the hammer. So, yeah, take that for what it is. I have never seen anybody break one of these knives in normal, plausible usage. Like he was driving the tip through steel on the pommel. Nothing came loose on the knife, which was cool. When he started pounding on the back of the blade, he bent the tang. That's expected. You're literally trying to beat. It's not a chisel, right? Pretty simple and straightforward. It was like that other YouTube nutcase Nos that would do destruction tests on knives. Guys, honestly, I don't understand what the fascination with is in guys trying to destroy knives on YouTube. Nothing I've done today with this knife is beyond its capabilities. Okay? Are there better blades suited to the task? Sure. But can I do it? Yes. Can I do an emergency? Yes. My dog is literally destroying wood. What do I need a baton for? I got a German Shepherd. I just have to wait a little longer. That's all. So, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get this tea boiled. I'm gonna actually stick my cup inside the stove because this is starting to get me a little annoyed, time-consuming wise. But anyway, because literally this video is 21 and change, and I don't even have steam coming out of this thing yet. The snow's melted, but yeah, and I have the lid on the cup. So anyway, I had to speed this process up a little bit. Cheers, guys. Kabar, it works.